Hello folks, this is More Time of Crypto. So today, Saturday, November 18, 2017. Let's make another video of my series, Can I Make Money with Hyips? So this would be part 5 of this series. And so for those that haven't watched my previous videos on this series, basically what I'm doing is I'm doing a simulation of investing in Hyips. So Hyips is high yield investment platforms. So platforms that usually pay high interest. So I'm talking about 9, 10, 12% on a daily basis. And I'm doing this experiment after my experience with Hyips in real life. So last month in mid-October, I started investing in these high yield platforms. And my strategy behind them at the time was to invest small amounts of money, and because they pay high interest, you recover your principal in a very fast, so within usually 10 to 12 days or so. So my idea was to then invest, recover my principal, and then make profit. I knew these sites would not last for very long. But I did think at the time that they would last over enough time that I would make a profit out of those sites. Well, so I started on the 15, as you can see here on my little tracker. And yeah, so as you can see, it didn't work that well. So altogether in these platforms, now I have newer ones here, but up until LifeBit, so 2, 4, 6, 8, so 9 platforms. Basically, I lost money in pretty much all of them. Well, I lost money on all of the platforms that you see here, and so that equals so with the Bitcoin at today's rate, almost under $30. So that's money that I lost in these platforms. And as you can see, there's no profit in any of them except for Quantum Hash. So that's a different story, and Dreamhash. So Dreamhash was a bit weird because on the last day, so that would have been on the 28th, I did the first withdrawal and it went into pending status. And a couple hours later, I canceled it and tried again just to see, and it did go through. And then I guess later in the day, it was over. So I was really, really lucky. So without it, I would have been negative, although the loss would not be very big. So it would be minimal. But everything else, as you can see, I lost money in pretty much all of them. Some of them I didn't even actually got to make a withdrawal at all. BitHammer, that's one. Hash Universal, that's another one. So yeah, so I was thinking, I thought then, well, man, am I that unlucky? So I'm picking just the wrong platforms. So I did look at them. I kind of went through and okay, and I thought, okay, they seem okay, so they probably, hopefully, they seem like they're gonna last 15 to 20 days. So that was what I was thinking, that these platforms would last, because the way they work, so they work mainly on a Ponzi scheme kind of thing. So they attract money. So as long as there's new people coming in, registering, coming with funds, they keep paying. So with that, I imagine that they have a short lifespan, but I thought they would last 15, 20 days or so. And also that was in part also with because of Laser. Laser was doing pretty good at the time. BitPeti, that was another one. And then you had the other platforms that I know, Chain.Group and whatnot. So looking at them, okay, so these ones, that might be okay. So, but yeah, so it didn't turn out. So basically it cost me money, so I lost money in this platform. So I decided to make a simulation and see, okay, to just really prove that indeed to prove that if we can make money or not on these platforms. So I've found a couple of platforms here. So I did some looking at it, YouTube, Google, and whatnot. I picked kind of like random platforms and decided to track them, like if I was to go and invest in them myself, using my regular strategy, which is invest a small amount and try to recover my principal as soon as possible by making a withdrawal whenever I can. So I came and started with these platforms. So from the previous series, Ashe Finance was a little bit tricky. I was not able to figure out if they were still paying or not. So this was on my last video. That would have been like 3 days ago, because it had kind of conflicting reports. Rainhash determined it was not paying already, Bitpish not paying, and BitMermaid not paying. So looking at this tracker, what I have here is just to track, so what kind of program they have, how much they are paying. So this was 11% for 12 days. And what was the minimum withdrawal? And this was the number of days the platform was live when I came in. So on the 3rd, this Ashe Finance would be on the 2nd day. So this just to keep track and to have an idea what's going on. So out of these platforms here, then later on, as you can see, I joined, found LifeBit, Cryptodelics, and now just recently Brusk. So out of these early platforms, as you can see already, 3 of them are not paying. So that's 50% of them. And as you can see, I'm still losing money. So let's take a look and see what I can find and see how these platforms are still doing. So starting with Ashe Finance. Now, Ashe Finance is intriguing because when you go and you go into the payment proof, they're showing payments here of, so November 18, today's payments. And also they're showing here a valid transaction on blockchain. So it is a valid transaction. So it kind of would indicate that they are paying. Now let's just see, 2000, see, received date. So there is a transaction, so it's there. But then when you go and you look on the monitors out there, they're saying it's not paying. So see, scam not paying, monitor on the 2nd. So that goes way, way back. That's the last monitoring that they did. And then here says, looks like, you know, the last withdrawal showing up here is on the 11th. This other site here, this is just a story. So it says status not paying. And then looking down, 7 days ago, someone said waste and fraud, not paid at all. So that was 7 days ago. 10 days ago, security problem. This Hyips monitor, it's saying it's not paying. But it doesn't say, I don't think, November 6th, so that's the last payment apparently that someone registered. Next, what else? This site again, not paying, November, last payout, November 17. So I don't really, I'm conflicted here because it's saying not paying, but the last payment was November 17. Which was yesterday. So is it paying? Is it not paying? I just can't figure this one out. So and this person here, or this alias, whatever, is saying next payment, next payment. So it might be I don't know, changing, conflating. And this other monitor again saying not paying, and this one again, there's one not paying, and the other one just saying waiting. Let's go here, not paying. Oh, look, not paying as well. Last payout, November 17. So the last payout was November 17, and it's not paying. This one also says. So, I don't know, folks. So, if you are with Ashe Finance, if any of you are Ashe Finance, then leave a note in the comment section and let me know if they're paying or not. I'm going to assume that since the 15, they're not paying. So, and I'll just leave it at that point. So if they're not paying, then I would not have this kind of profit. But I mean, so be it. I can't really tell for sure. Next on the line, we got Rainhash, and Rainhash, they're done and gone. So the site doesn't even load anymore. So they are gone. So that was 3 days ago. So on this site, actually, I did make a little bit of money. It was just a little bit of profit, so it wouldn't be too bad. So that's fine. Next on the line, we got Bitpish. So Bitpish, we already determined as well that they scam big time, because they scam like right off the bat. So didn't even recover the money at all. So this would have been a loss. And BitBio. So BitBio says it's another platform. So if they're paying this, I would be in profit as well, all right, at this time. So let's see what we got. So they also show here payments. and still showing here 2 hours, 2 hours. So they've been going on for 14 days. So if you haven't invested in this site, then I would suggest not to do it, because it's going to shut down anytime soon now. It's too late to invest in this platform. So I would not recommend, but if you want to do that, I mean, certainly you're free to do. Let's search here to see what the monitors can tell me. BitBIOS. See if they are indeed paying still or not. Right, being bit. So let's try this one. All monitors. Just opening a couple of these monitor programs, see what they tell me. All right, so this one is showing, okay, it's showing is paying, so that's good stuff. Oh, look at that. So paying, perfect. So yeah, so BitBIOS seems to be doing great. So it's showing is paying as well. Paying. All right, so this is good news all around. I'm just gonna close these windows here. Perfect. So all right, so we got one BitBIOS still paying and already in profit. So this is actually pretty good. So it's going on 14 days. So I'm not sure I would continue to invest at this point. Next on the line, I got BitMermaid. For BitMermaid, let's take a look here. So the site still loads. Payment proofs, they still have the payment proofs here, and it's showing that the last payment was November 9. So yeah, so I would say they're done. So we already determined that. So I'm gonna skip these programs for on the next episode, so there's no point. Just go here, open up the page, and it's still showing as waiting. Problem, not paid, not paying. Yeah, so as you can see, the BitMermaid is done. So no point in continue checking that one out. So it won't show, I won't talk about it anymore in this series. Same for BitPeach and Rainhash. So those are done, no point. LifeBit. I have found LifeBit. I included in this series, in this simulation, mainly because I don't know. I just found it, Google it, and look at it. Because it doesn't really pay that much interest. It actually only pays 1.5%. And look at that. I came in on day 35, so they're going, but only paying 1.5%. So this number of days, 4, 6, 8, 9 days have gone by, and I wouldn't have got a payout yet. So that's just how long this platform is. So LifeBit, let's take a look here if they're still paying. Oh, this one's saying not paying already. Let's take a look. So I'm just gonna bring here a couple of monitors just to give you an idea. So what do we got? Not paying, not paying, not paying. There's one paying. Okay, let's see here. All right, 17 days. Let's say 17 days. So not paying. 31 days. Okay, so not paying as well. And this one not paying 26 days. Scam, not paying. Look at that. So LifeBit is also not paying. All right. And finally not paying. So 3. So all right. So let's so LifeBit, let's just change here to status not paying as well. So another one, and this one only pays 1.5%. So this is actually a good example of how you can't really trust any sites out there, any platforms that invest. You think, oh, they pay low interest, so they're gonna last a long time, they're gonna be okay because it's sustainable. 1.5%, that's really good rate. It's very low, so yeah, why wouldn't they stay around? And well, look at that, they lasted so 35 days or so, and they're done. So it shows here, where is 45 days it's showing here. So it's not a bad period. I wish all the whips would last this long, but I mean, paying 1.5%, it's ridiculous. It's not a lot of money. I just want to see if I can find, yeah, deposit. That's what I was looking here, just to show you what kind of funds they would pay. So this is the amounts: 1.5 to up to a balance of 0.003, and after 0.003 they would give you 3.5. So 0.03, that's like $234 currently. So that's quite a chunk of money to risk it. But anyway, so as you can see, so LifeBit is done as well. I'm kind of surprised about it. I thought it would last a little bit longer. Next on the line, I got Cryptodelics. So of my usual investments that I would make, which would be around $20 or so, 003. So this one, if it's still working, would be basically recovering halfway. So there's your Cryptodelics. So the site is still working. They have a paid out screen here, November 19. So transaction ID is showing up as well, as you can see, with 19 date. So yeah, and confirm. So yeah, they're still paying, but then again, Ashe Finance is also showing as paying. So I'm not sure you can trust this anymore. So Cryptodelics. Let's see what the monitors are saying. I'm just gonna bring up here a couple out of the list. Take a look here, Cryptodelics. So this showing is waiting. None of saying not paying or scam. So I guess that's good. This one, okay, there's one here already showing not paying. All the others are still green. All right. This one, so paying 13.6. So I guess at this point, I'm going to leave it as like considering that they are still paying. Yeah, so everything indicates that they are still paying, so I'm going to leave it. So this one says also paying. So Cryptodelics, all right, so halfway through, so got my money. So I would have joined on day 5 of the platform. So far so good. And finally, the last site that I would have joined just a few days ago, that would be Brusk. So Brusk, because it has such a low withdrawal limit, I could make a withdrawal every day, but it's just such a small amount that the balance was just slowly coming down. So let's see if there's the Brusk site. Let me show you. So they pay 12% daily for 12 days. And so that's where they at. Let's take a look here. Now, how I'm going to search this one. B3 Brusk. Oops, whip. No. Okay, let me go brag the name again. So Brusk, welcome to B3. Oh, Rusk. I don't really know how to pronounce this one. So let's try this. Brusk. All right, there we go. Brusk, all ops, whips, IP Explorer, whips. This one. Let's see what we have here for this. All right, so this one is showing us still paying, so that's pretty good. Still paying, so good. So far, so good for Brusk. So yeah, so that's this one. That just adds. There you go. So that's my list of sites that I would have for now. So right now, so out of 2, 4, 6, 8 sites, so four, well, let's say 5 sites I'm going to consider Ashe Finance is done as well. So more than 50% of the sites have closed down already. So because of the amount of loss that I have so far, I mean, the other sites would have to really go a long time before I can actually recover my money. And basically this is a non-ending cycle, because now, so I would have lost these sites, as you can see. So I would have lost 5 sites, but new ones keep popping up constantly, and they're probably from the same folks. They're doing this. So what do? You keep putting more money into those new platforms, hoping that they're gonna go over the minimum, the number of days you need to recover your money, and then go over so that you can make a profit, so you can recover the losses out of these sites. So this is just a never-ending cycle. So you're basically stuck in this cycle, and this is what's happening. So you're really always in the red. So you're never getting a profit out of these sites. Now it's a different story if you get referrals. So if you have a big base following you and they all jump in and sign up with your links, and you get a ton of referrals, then in that case, yes, you can make money, obviously, because these sites usually pay anywhere from 10% for each registration, 10 to 7 to 5%. So if you have a bunch of people registering and using your link, your downline, then you're going to be recovering your money pretty fast. So even if they shut after 5 or 6 days, well, you got your money, no problem there. But if not, if you're just a regular Joe like me with no referrals in your back, this is what it looks like, folks. I'm not. This is just to show you that the whips are not profitable. So if you are looking for these whips, then I would suggest you to look at this series, follow this series, and then think about your strategy and realize that it's not working. It doesn't work. So if you're using whips, if you're constantly getting into these new whips, what I would suggest you to do is do what I do here. Just create a nice little graph tracker in the Excel or whatever spreadsheet you have, and just mark down all the data. So the sites, how much they give interest, what is their minimum withdrawal policy, how long they've been going on, and then track. And every time you make a withdrawal, track, and see, and you will realize what your situation is. And I'm pretty confident now, based on my experience. So from real life and this simulation, I'm just not making money out of these platforms. So I'm reducing them, and I'm getting out of it slowly. I might get in 1 or 2, but I'm not going in crazy like I did. So Bitozi, Bitcoin was the last one that just shut down for me. So and it just shut down right when I invested in the fresh money, because I really believe that they would continue going a little bit longer. So this was lost money, unfortunately. Quantum Hash was an exception, so I was able to make money, and that's why I probably the only platform, as you can see with Dreamhash. It's basically the 2 platforms. So 2 platforms, look at this, 2 platforms out of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 2 out of 12 that made me money. Everything else was a loss. So again, folks, so again, this is just to show you. So this is my 5th episode of this series, and I'm just going to continue doing it because I want you to drill in your heads, folks, that whips are not profitable. You can't make money with these platforms, no matter what other folks out there in websites, in blogs, on YouTube, whatever tell you. You can't make money with whips, because there's no way you can know which platform was going to last long enough for you to make a profit. There's just no way. You would have to have inside information for that. If you don't have inside information, you just don't know. I looked at all these sites, and they all look similar. They all use the same kind of template. The templates they use are the same type. The system is basically the same. You can tell. And yeah, so 2 worked out barely, but they did work out. The others didn't. So you know you're not going to make money. So folks, so that's 12 plus another 2, 4, 6, 8. So plus 8 here, and the news are not good. So again, I hope this is serious. It helps you realize that you're just wasting, you're throwing out your money. And I hope it's money that you don't need. It's money that you can afford to lose. But this is worse than going to the casino, I think. I've never been to a casino, so I don't know, but I'm guessing your chances of winning some money at the casino are probably higher than the whips here. So again, maybe I'm just that unlucky. Maybe I think I am an unlucky person. I rarely win anything on the lotteries, scratch tickets and things like that. Even 50-50s for charity and stuff. I don't recall the last time I won anything. So maybe I'm just that unlucky. I mean, it could well be, but the facts here, it's telling me otherwise, that maybe I'm not unlucky. Maybe all these platforms, they are what they are, just scams, and you're gonna lose your money. Anyway, so this video is getting a little bit long already. I didn't want it to be this long, but yeah, I just wanted to get my point across, because yeah, it's not nice to be losing money, honestly. So let's stop losing money, folks. Go move on to something and pick platforms that have a safe record, and you know they're paying, and you know they're gonna be for the long haul. So pay attention, do your due diligence, do your research, look for sites that are different. They do not offer you huge interest rates or big interest rates, and be safe. I mean, be safe out there. So if you like my videos, please subscribe, press the like button, or share the videos if you like. Otherwise, leave your comments. I would like to read your comments, what your experience is with these sites, and let me know, are you making money out of them? I would love to read and find out people out there. I would be glad to read people out there that are making money out of these sites, and to tell me which sites they are. So maybe I am just that unlucky. So that's all I have. Peace out.